Hey guys, what's up? PowerUpBoxing, and I'm very excited for this fight. You got Manny Pacquiao versus Adrien Broner, the Pac-Man versus the Problem, and we're gonna find out, is Pac-Man gonna eat things, eat them up, or is the problem gonna be a problem, or is he just gonna be is he gonna be solved? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good. I'm excited. And yeah, I'm gonna break down this fight in this video, and just to tell you guys how I think how it's gonna play out. Uh, so it's happening 2 days from. Oh, it's happening tomorrow actually, because it's past 12 here, so it's like 2:30 a.m. here right now, Friday, January 18th. So it's happening tomorrow. And yeah, I'm excited. Uh, Stylistically, this fight favors Pacquiao. Um, Really, the only thing you got to look at is in this fight is the age factor for Pacquiao. He's 40 years old. And then for Broner is is he focused? He has two court cases pending. He's got to deal with that after this fight, so that might be an issue um, for him. So he has a lot of distractions. He doesn't take boxing as seriously. He's not in shape out of camp, as we saw. He was kind of chubby, not too bad though. But I would say the age factor for Pacquiao, because each fight now, even if Pacquiao does have a good performance tomorrow, uh, the odds makers are always going to factor in. Is he going to grow old overnight? Any fight, like you never know, right? Like if you like it's a factor once you get that to this age. Each fight, you never know what you're going to get. Even if he does have a great performance, the odds makers are going to factor in, and he won't be as big of a favorite as he would have in his prime for the same performance, right? Because when you're in your prime, the next fight you're expected to pretty much, you're going to put on the same level of performance wise. But since Pacquiao is 40 years old, like even if he has a great performance here, his next fight, you'll always be thinking, when is he gonna get old? You know what I mean? But so that's a factor there. But he's looking great in training. And then Broner, it's hard to say if he is distracted or not. A lot of things hint towards that he's the same AB, and we're just gonna get the same from him. And if that's so, that's not good, obviously. But you would think he's gonna train the best to his ability he can, because if he can't, he has $100 million waiting for him, possibly, if he can win this. And he even said it. $100 million payday is waiting for him if he can get past Manny Pacquiao, because whoever wins this fight faces Mayweather, possibly. So you would think he has to train the best he can, and he has to try to get the distractions out of his life. But obviously the court cases, the jail, that's going to affect someone. We see what happened to Mike Alvarado. Jail on the mind before the Brandon Rios rematch. We seen what happened in that fight. He had jail on the mind, bruh. So you gotta, I don't know, you gotta factor these things in. And even if Broner does show up the best possible Broner, he has to figure out a different game plan, and then he can't just do same old AB. Like even if he is focused, he can't have the same game plan and to win this fight. I don't think he has to put in a little more effort, especially for the game plan and for just punch volume and just going for it. He's got to really want it. And when you really want it, you throw more punches and you step on the gas pedal when you think that you could do more. So he's got to do that kind of stuff. But first, he has to be. Let's hope he's focused, because that's a factor. If he's not focused, then everything starts there with focus, and you got to be focused to succeed. You know what I mean? And we know Pacquiao has that. So, you know, you gotta factor in that stuff. But from what I see, it's hard to say if Broner's focusing that. Though when you look at it, he should be focused. This is Manny Pacquiao. This is as big as it gets. If he's not focused for this fight, he won't be focused for any fight, to be honest. But like I said, even if he loses, as long as he puts in a good performance, he can keep the fans with him, and he just has to put in a good account of himself and try to win. You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know, we'll see what happens. If he gets completely destroyed, that's going to definitely affect him for sure. But Pacquiao, on the other hand, he wants to prove that he's still relevant, and he has to beat Adrien Broner to be relevant. If he can't beat Adrien Broner, he can't beat any of the elite fighters, right? So we'll see what happens. He looks good in training. He looks the same in training. He looks explosive, fast. So we don't have to worry about Pacquiao's focus, like I said. And in the gym, he looks like he's not old. But in the fight, it's different. But considering his last performances, I would say that he still has it, and he still can compete at the highest level. Broner, though, on the other hand, he showed that he can compete at the highest level, but he can't win at the highest level because he's just missing something. You know what I mean? He doesn't go for it, it seems, and he doesn't push himself in those critical moments. And not only that, though, he does have heart, and he does have flashes of good combinations that he does, but consistency is king. He's not consistent. Round by round, he's not consistent. So he could lose 3 rounds and then he'll have one good round and then he'll lose the next 3, or he'll be losing the round totally and then he'll have one good combination and then he'll lose the remaining round. So he's not consistent enough. Doesn't throw enough punches, so he really has to change up his game plan if he wants to win this fight. And you can't hope that Pacquiao's just not going to be the same. You can't hope on that. You can't bank on that. I don't think he is. He said he wasn't, so. But even though you say things like that, you have to actually believe it too. Because if he's just saying, "Oh, I'm not banking on Pacquiao being old that night," but in his head he's thinking, "Oh yeah, he's old," then I don't know. You could underestimate Pacquiao, right? So. And people have a history of underestimating Manny Pacquiao. They see him, he's a small guy, a small Asian guy, and they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna beat the crap out of this guy. He's just a small Asian guy." But they don't know that this small Asian guy is strong. You know what I mean? He's strong, he's fast, he's explosive. He's a better athlete than you are, but you going in thinking you're the better athlete, you're stronger, and ends up being the opposite, and you underestimate him. But, yeah, it's going to be a good fight, guys. I think breaking down this fight, if both guys come in with their current last performances or better, like just to say the best possible of themselves right now, I think Pacquiao will win. Because the footwork and the offense will keep Broner on the defense. Like most fighters keep Broner on the defense from throwing punches. And Pacquiao was known for that. Like he did it against many fighters where his offense is a defense. He throws so many combinations that you have to try to block. You have to go into a defensive shell because you're getting overwhelmed. So Broner's already known to go into a defensive shell from lesser offensive opponents. So imagine what Pacquiao will do. So, But this is if Pacquiao's at his best currently, not like his prime best, but at his best that he can be right now. And if Broner's at the best he can be right now, and he did show some things against Vargas. I watched that fight, and I thought I watched it in like a ringside view. It was like a guy had a camcorder, and he was filming it, and so it wasn't like the official Showtime or PBC, because I couldn't find that one. I don't know why they're not posting his fights. I really don't understand that, why they're not posting his fights. But yeah, like I thought it was a draw. It looked like a draw. I don't disagree with that. But I wasn't scoring it totally. I was just looking at it round by round. I wasn't focusing 100% on the fight. Like, there was some distractions around me, but I got the gist of it, and it looked like it was a competitive fight. But yeah, so it did look like a bit of the Broner was a bit better. But if he can take that and add punch volume and not just go into a defensive shell, all defense or all offense. No, he needs to be defense and offense at the same time. He can't just be all defense and not throw back. So I see this fight breaking down like that. If Broner can be offensive while he's staying defensive, he can make this a good fight and make it a exciting fight. But if he's just gonna go into a defensive shell like he usually does, Pacquiao's just gonna rack up points, and possibly he could stop Broner. If Pacquiao really wants to do that, he could probably turn it up and stop Broner. So obviously, Broner too he's flat-footed. He doesn't use his footwork that well. He's good at walking down opponents, I guess, when he's the bigger guy, but I don't think he would want to do that against Pacquiao. You wouldn't want to do that. Yeah, I just think the footwork is not there. It's flat-footed. He goes into a defensive shell, but he gets hit still. People find a way around his guard, and Pacquiao's known to get into someone's guard with the hooks and the straight lefts and the jab. Like he will pierce your guard. So I see this being a unanimous decision for Pacquiao, or he can get the TKO if he really pushes for it, and possibly he could drop Broner. But I think the ref could stop it if he just keeps on pouring on the combinations. And if Broner just isn't answering back enough, he could get stopped for the first time. So, but, like I said, we'll see if we get the best possible Broner, if he is in his best. And we'll see if Pacquiao really is going to go for the knockout. And we'll see. A happy Manny Pacquiao is a dangerous Manny Pacquiao. We're seeing him happy. He seems ready, and he's excited. Broner, on the other hand, he looked kind of irritated during the final press conference. We've seen what he did to Hal Bernstein, how he went off on him, calling him a bitch ass. Can't say the word, but you know what he said. Check it out. Final press conference. So I don't know. I don't know if he... and then he was kind of... It seemed like he was kind of complaining, like, oh, you guys, I just feel like you guys are throwing me into the wolves. You guys want me to... you just want to see me as a stepping stone so Pacquiao can rematch Mayweather, and you're trying to set up the Mayweather rematch, and you guys want me to lose, and you're just throwing me into the wolves and giving Pacquiao... Yeah, no. Pacquiao's the A side, he's the B side, so he's irritated, I guess. But or maybe there's other things. Maybe he's just feeling. Maybe there's. I don't know. I can't say there's doubt there. He shouldn't be doubting himself. He seems like he would be confident, but you never know. On the exterior, someone can be confident, and the interior maybe he isn't. So we'll find out, right? Anyway, guys. Let me know how you guys you think this fight's gonna go. Break it down for me. I just think the footwork, the speed, the combinations, the offensive attack of Pacquiao, the volume will pierce Broner's guard, possibly TKO him. If not, will rack up points because Broner will, if he's going to do the same thing he does in his other fights, even though he improved in the Vargas fight, he's got to throw more punches. I don't buy the you only need one shot. It's true, but if you just bank on that one shot the whole fight and then it goes to decision, you're going to lose. Like, I'm not saying he can't do it. Anyone can be knocked out. Anyone can land that shot, but you can't bank on that as your strategy. You have to try to win rounds, and if the knockout comes, it comes. But unless you know 100% you can't win a decision against Pacquiao, then you go for the knockout. But you would think Broner would believe in his skills enough that he can win a decision, right? So I just, yeah. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Stay powered up, and yeah, guys, stay powered up.